Hello, my friends! We are checking out Wonder Boy Returns Remix on the Switch, which comes out later this month. I talked a little bit about this on the podcast just in terms of the game itself. I hadn't played it at the time. Right now, I've only played one stage before I hopped on. And I'll replay that stage for you guys now and keep going. But I've been confused for a very long time, obviously, with the Wonder Boy, Dragon Boy, Adventure Island thing, because if anyone is an old school gamer like me, you look at this and you're like, this is Adventure Island. And when I saw the trailer, I was like, that's 100% the original Adventure Island. What's going on? So I took some time to set aside and figure out what's going on here. So I have a very basic, I have a very basic understanding of what's happening. So Adventure Island, when it was brought over to the States, that's when it became Adventure Island. In Japan, it was the arcade game Wonder Boy. I don't know why they changed the name, licensing issues or whatever, but so that's why this is called Wonder Boy, because this is the arcade version that was in Japan, and it was called Wonder Boy. So Adventure Island became its own thing here. Adventure Island had I don't know. I want to say at least 4 installments, 1, 2, and 3 on the NES. And Super Adventure Island, and I'm sure there's one in there. There's a WiiWare one, right? And there's stuff on TurboGrafx or whatever. And Wonder Boy, after that, became something else completely different, like an RPG or a Metroidvania, or both. Oh boy. So yeah, the series are completely different, which is why it was so confusing to me. But if you have played the original Adventure Island, this is pretty much exactly that, but remade. There's going to be some differences because the arcade version, I guess the original Wonder Boy didn't have, the eggs. No! And eggs were like a big part. Well, this has the eggs, but it doesn't have like all the same bonus eggs and the hidden eggs. At least it doesn't seem to have the hidden eggs. In the original Adventure Island, you used to be able to like throw your axes at spots, and the axe would disappear. And that's how you would know that there was a hidden egg there, and you'd go and you'd jump on that spot, and the egg would pop up. Sometimes it would be a good egg and give you like food. Sometimes it would be a bad egg. But they were a big part of the game. And as far as I can tell, while much everything else is the same, the hidden eggs aren't in this. But everything else is here. You still need the food to stay alive. As you can see, my health meter up top is always ticking down. That's not for like how many times I can get hit. You can only get hit once, no matter what. But you still need to eat as you play through the game. That's just the way Adventure Island is. Some might say that's a little annoying nowadays. Oh boy. And sure, it might be, but I'm so used to it because it's... Oh my god, what a stupid mistake. I'm so used to Adventure Island that it just doesn't bother me. I don't know what it was about Adventure Island. Like, I don't know why I don't remember how it came about that I picked up Adventure Island as a kid or asked for it as a present. I wasn't old enough to go to the store and just buy games on my own. It had to be the cover art. I don't remember reading about it in a magazine or anything. But I used to play the hell out of Adventure Island, and I still think it's a great game. It's very challenging. It's great for, like, if you're into games that require a lot of quick reflexes and stuff like that. I love it. Oh boy. I can go back and play it a million times, and this feels, it controls a little differently. It's pretty much the same, but different enough that my muscle memory, hasn't kicked in, or isn't quite the same, because I've done the first, like, I don't know, couple worlds in Adventure Island so many times. I know exactly where everything is as far as hidden stuff and when to jump and all that. Like for the stuff with the skateboard, for those of you who don't know, the skateboard like goes on its own. You're not pressing forward, it's going no matter what. So you have to react to things on the fly, which makes it a little bit more difficult. That looks bad. Now in the NES version, the bad thing was an eggplant, like a little eggplant guy that would like follow you around and drain your health. Oh, look, I was wrong. The other thing wasn't bad. This is bad. This is exactly what the eggplant guy would do. Son of a bitch. And he constantly sucks your health away, so you have to work even harder. Oh yeah, let's do this. I want that. Oh. That little doll there was in the original too, but it wasn't a doll, it was a pot. That's what they call it in the game, a pot. And the best part is the end of each stage would end with a pot bonus, which even as a little kid I laughed at because I knew what pot was slang for. But here it's this girl. There's something else I was gonna... Oh yeah, the new thing here that wasn't in the original is that giant axe. You can hold down the attack button, and it gives you a giant axe that, like, takes out, like, things that your original axe wouldn't ever take out, like the rocks and all that. That just... Let's see what this does. I guess it's just a regular mushroom. Red thing means something's coming. I remember that red flower. It took me forever to realize that if you saw a red flower on the ground, it meant that a guy was going to come at you once you passed it. And there's something else that's different that I was going to mention. Oh, what was it? It's gone. I'm sure it'll come to me. Oh, the music. The music is completely different. The original Adventure Island, or I should say the port that became Adventure Island of Wonder Boy, had such great music. See, watch the guy will come. There he is. I mean, those songs stick in my head, and they're classic Adventure Island, so playing Adventure Island without those songs feels wrong. And this music, I would have to say, is pretty bad so far. This song in particular is bad. Oh my god. There we go, that's it. You used to be able to, like, sneak your jump up here. Oh, they changed the height. You used to be able to sneak up there early, after you beat a boss. Not that it did anything, but it was always like, yeah, I did something I'm not supposed to do. This is awesome. But, while I don't have access. While I miss the music, the game is the same, and it was overseen by the guy who created it. This remix was... or, yeah, whatever it's called, remix, was overseen by the guy who originally worked on the first one, so the Wonder Boy game, and I'm sure he was involved with the Adventure Island translation to some degree. So any changes made were overseen by him, and outside of remixes of the original music from Wonder Boy, which I'm sure this is, everything feels right. It feels good. Like I said, there's just a little bit of difference in controls, but, you know, that could also be the controller that I'm using. I have the feeling of a NES controller in my memory, and I'm playing with a Switch Pro controller, so oh boy, it's a little different. But it feels good. I guess it was the WiiWare Adventure Island that was just so janky to me. It was like very clearly a project that either they didn't really care about too much, or the team that put in the work didn't understand how Adventure Island was supposed to feel. So it just came out like, I played it, and it was okay, but it left me a little disappointed. This feels a lot better. Alright, I think that's a good look at what Adventure Island is. It's definitely old school challenging. I really appreciate it. Nice to see, even if it's not called Adventure Island, it's nice to see Adventure Island come back. It's going to be Adventure Island to me. I mean, there's so many Wonder Boy games and all that franchise on the Switch right now. People who, like, are playing that Wonder Boy game that recently came out, or is it Dragon? I don't remember the names of them. The goddamn series confuses me so much, but you know the ones I'm talking about. Somebody who plays one of those games, and it goes to this, is going to be like, what the hell? This plays completely different, and it definitely does. Like, I could see them being upset. Hopefully, they do some research and they find this video or check out gameplay in general or see the trailer and realize, oh, this is very different than what I was expecting. I have a friend who just got Wonder Boy, the other Wonder Boy on Switch. See, I can't stop going forward. I can only pull back like that. And they're loving it. Like, I've been texting with them. They've never played one of those games before, and they're really enjoying it. So I would imagine if they saw the name of this one and got it, they'd be very disappointed, because it's, other than like a character, other than it being a side scroller. Oh, oh, they're very different. But this is, I like both of them, honestly, but I wonder, well, we know why it's not called Adventure Island, because that was just the name here, different company, different thing, blah, blah, blah. This is a remake of Wonder Boy. You get it. I don't feel like I did too bad, so I'm going to leave it at that. Thanks for watching, thanks for listening, and I'll see you tomorrow with another video.